Hey Drew, hey Julia. I've been meaning to do this for you and send it to you. Sorry I couldn't see you the other night, Julia. There was a few things that I went through with Drew that I think would have been great for you as well. And one of them is the plan you have in regards to perhaps a Katoomba property. Now, I am here. Of course, I'll support you in doing that if you want to. I did want to show you what difference it could make if you would focus on that property versus a different property. So I started with Drew by looking at a report by Heron, Todd and White. They're an independent valuer. They don't sell property. They're completely independent, and they put out a monthly report on residential property, which is here. And I'm doing this so you can see where it comes from, and you can have a look yourself as well. Of course, I encourage you to do your own research. And they put out a property clock, which is this for the month of May for houses, and it shows you where the different markets are. So this is peak of the market, and as the clock turns, declining market, bottom of the market, and start of recovering, rising market. So you want to buy here somewhere, because those are the markets that are coming up and are going to get you capital growth reasonably quickly. Now, Sydney is in a declining market, so not even at the bottom yet. So by buying in Katoomba, there's a good chance that you're going to have zero or zero growth, or even a decline in the next couple of years. It's going to be 2.5, 3 years before Sydney reaches the bottom. Areas that might be interested: Gladstone, Harvey Bay. I think Drew actually mentioned Harvey Bay. So that is on the way up. That's where you're going to see your growth quickly. Where we're doing a lot at the moment is Brisbane and Melbourne, although Melbourne is coming to the top, and to do a similar clock to units, but I didn't think that was of interest to you. That was the first thing I wanted to show you, and what difference it could make. So this is the market. This is what's happening in regards to the property market. So could affect you. Buying in Sydney could mean you're going to see a couple of years of no growth. And whereas buying in a rising market would see quicker results in regards to growth. That's the one side, and then the cash flow side. I use for that a program called PIA, which is Property Investment Analysis. And what I've done here is, if you buy for 500,000, I'm working on a combined income of 140, which is both you and Drew, and some other figures. We're working on a capital growth. So this is a new property. As an example, capital growth rate of 4.5%. Gross rent, we should be able to achieve $450 per week on a $500,000 property in the right area, and we should achieve that 4.5% capital growth in the right growth area. Interest-only loan of 5%. Let's actually change it a bit to 4.6%. We should be able to achieve that, and you get full depreciation, etc., etc. And then that property would cost you, if it's between brackets, it's income, it would cost you about $16 a week in year one. And over 10 years, that property should change from about $500,000 to $700,000, $750,000. So that's money in your pocket. Now, if you would change that to a Sydney-based property, then I would expect the capital growth to be around the 3%. I would expect the rent return is worse in Sydney, so I'd say $400 a week. If it's an existing property, then something else happens, which is depreciation on building is no longer available. That I've scrapped that on existing buildings, so I have to take that to nil. And then the result is cost you $88. So it could make $70 easy difference a week. Now I know that at some point you're planning to move to Katoomba possibly, and that's why you want to buy there as well. What I'm saying is, okay, that's fine. I'll support you in that. What if you would buy somewhere else for the next 5 years? It depends on your time frame in regards to moving to Katoomba. But if that's a couple of years away, like if it's 5 years away, why not buy an area where there's good capital growth, there is good rent return, and buy something new that gives you better depreciation, and it saves you $88. Sorry, it saves you about $70 a week. Oh, and also it gains you an extra $100,000 in value. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Again, if that's not what you want to do, that's fine. I understand. I just wanted to have you, or just wanted to make sure you got all the facts. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.